Welcome back to the Geo Gardens channel. Today we're going to go over how I make my flatbread or tortilla wraps or naan bread, basically right from scratch. So these take about 30 minutes from start to finish with only a few ingredients that you probably already have inside your cupboard. For this you're only going to need a handful of things. So you're going to need some flour, then you're going to need some salt, then you're going to need some water. But before that, just put all the dry stuff into the bowl that you're going to use it in. Add your water. Slowly add your water to it, just kind of mixing it with a spoon or your hand or whatever you want to use. And then at this point, I kind of forget that I need to add my oil in. So I'm going to dump all my water in. Then I'm going to grab my oil and I put roughly 3 of these spoonfuls of oil inside, and then we're going to go on to finish mixing the mixture together. Now you don't want to over mix this or over knead this, because then it's going to turn out too tough, especially when it comes to eating it. But we're just going to lightly mix everything in together, and then we're going to get our hands in here and just, meld it together a little bit. Get everything mixed up really well. Make sure everything's sticking together. Make sure all the ingredients are touching each other. Squeeze it up. You can add a little bit more water or flour if you need to. Flour your countertop or your cutting board or whatever you want. Now you only want to knead this about 10 to 15 times max, because like I said, you don't want to over knead it, because then it's going to turn out too rough. And you just basically want to knead this, make sure it's all like as smooth as possible, adding a little bit of flour here and there, or if yours is too dry you can add a little bit more water, sprinkle some water on there, knead it in, make a ball with it, roll it in some flour, and then basically grab your big bowl again and just plop it down inside. Grab a pan, grab some butter or some oil, whatever you're going to grease the pan with, a spatula, get everything ready. Let the ball of dough sit for about 10 minutes. Once that has rested for about 10 minutes, grab it, start ripping off however big you want to make these things or however thick you want to make them. If you're making them for the first time, just kind of experiment with it. When you rip them off, I did it this way. I just ripped it off, kind of flattened it out with my fingers. It kind of turns out whatever shape it forms into. Try to aim for at least a 1/4 inch or less thickness. I would go less if you want thinner. I find rolling them into balls and then flattening them out like a hamburger patty kind of thing, and then rolling them out makes a better circle. And yeah, just a better overall circle. Grease your pan. You can probably get your pan heated up once you get 2 or 3 of them made up. Place them in the pan. Let them sit probably a minute or 2, depending on how thick you have them. 2-3 minutes even. And then, while you're letting that one cook on its side, start rolling your other balls up and flatten them out and carry on. Turns out pretty nice. Turns out nice and fluffy. They're not too thick. It's almost like naan bread, I guess you could call them, I don't know. Pizza crust. It's good bread. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. And if you did enjoy this, or if you did find something of value in the video, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. This is just a time lapse of one full one cooking here. It looks kind of cool, bubbling right up. And then I just sprinkle a little bit of butter on when I flip them, just so they don't burn. I like that little gold brownish color to the bubbles. But when you don't put enough butter on them, you'll see here when I flip it back over, it does go a little, the bubble ends go a little burnt. But if you just sprinkle a little bit of butter on them, see, just a little bit darker, but that's okay. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. If you did like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. I almost forgot to do the rip test. You always got to do the rip test. Look at that. Pulls apart very, very nicely. And then, of course, my girls just love it. Anyways, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.